The wheat breathes gold under a sky bruised with blue. A crow cries, a solitary note against the immensity, and the sun bleeds crimson onto the horizon. This is where the whispers begin, in the rustle of stalks heavy with seed, in the tremor of the earth beneath bare feet. A silence so profound it sings. He walked here, didn't he? A soul ablaze with a fever only beauty could ignite. He saw the world as a wound, a promise, a canvas stretched taut between darkness and light. He felt the pulse of sunflowers straining towards heaven, the agony of cypress trees clawing at the wind. And he painted. He bled color onto the world, a testament to the incandescent fire that consumed him. I see him now, a shadow against the dying light, his hand a blur as it dances across the canvas. He isn't painting the field. He's painting the scream within the field, the yearning, the unspoken prayer. He's painting his own heart, cracked and overflowing, a vessel too small to contain the immensity of the world, the breath of creation. It whispers in the wind, it roars in the storm, it hums in the smallest seed pushing its way through the soil. It is the force that drives us forward, the relentless ache for something more, something beyond. He heard it, amplified, distorted, a symphony of suffering and ecstasy. Loneliness, a constant companion. It wraps around him like a shroud, yet he doesn't flinch. He embraces it, transforms it into the vibrant strokes of his brush. He paints the stars, each one a lonely beacon in the vast expanse of the night. And he understands their solitude. He sees himself reflected in their distant light. He sought solace in the simple things, a pair of worn shoes, a vase of wilting flowers, a humble room flooded with sunlight. He sought beauty in the imperfect, the overlooked, the discarded. He saw the divine in the mundane. The colors swirl, a vortex of emotion. Yellow, the feverish heat of the sun, the promise of harvest. Blue, the infinite depths of the sky, the sorrow of the sea. Green, the hope of rebirth, the resilience of life. They clash, they blend, they harmonize, a testament to the chaotic beauty of existence. Faith, a fragile butterfly fluttering in the storm. He clung to it, even when it threatened to be swept away. He believed in the power of art, the ability to transform pain into something beautiful, something meaningful. He believed in the inherent goodness of humanity, even when faced with its darkest shadows. The search for light. It was a constant struggle, a relentless pursuit. He sought it in the faces of the poor, in the landscapes of the countryside, in the depths of his own soul. He knew that even in the darkest night, a single spark could ignite a flame. He painted his truth, raw and unfiltered. He didn't seek to please, to impress, to conform. He painted because he had to, because the fire within him demanded to be expressed. He painted for himself, for the world, for the unseen forces that guided his hand. And in those swirls of paint, in those vibrant colors, in those tormented landscapes, we find a reflection of ourselves. We see our own struggles, our own hopes, our own fears. We see the beauty that exists within us, even in the midst of pain. We hear the whispers of Van Gogh, the breath of creation, still echoing across the centuries. The silence whispers secrets only the soul can understand. A field of wheat, golden under a merciless sun, sways with a rhythm that mimics the beating of a heart. Each stalk a testament to perseverance, bending but never breaking. The wind carries the scent of earth and ripeness, a promise of sustenance, a reminder of the cyclical nature of life and death. Loneliness, a constant companion, a shadow that never quite disappears. But even in solitude, there is a sense of connection, a communion with the vastness of the universe. The stars, pinpricks of light in the inky blackness, each one a distant sun, a world unknown. They glitter like tears unshed, reflecting the quiet sorrow that resides within. The cypress trees stand tall and dark, reaching towards the heavens like flames frozen in time. They are symbols of death and mourning, but also of eternal life, their roots drawing strength from the depths of the earth. The weight of the world heavy upon his shoulders, the burden of understanding, the agony of feeling too deeply. He carried it all, transforming it into art, into a legacy of beauty and truth. The colors scream and sing, a symphony of emotion played out on canvas. The impasto, thick and textured, a tangible representation of the turmoil within. The brushstrokes, bold and deliberate, each one a declaration of existence, a defiance against the void. He saw the world not as it was, but as it could be, infused with light, filled with wonder. He painted with his heart, with his soul, with his very being. The human soul, a fragile vessel, easily broken, yet capable of unimaginable resilience. It yearns for connection, for meaning, for purpose. It seeks solace in beauty, in truth, in love. The beauty in small things, often overlooked, easily dismissed. A single flower blooming in a crack in the pavement. A bird singing its song at dawn. A ray of sunlight piercing through the clouds. These are the moments that sustain us, that remind us of the inherent goodness of the world. Hope, a flickering candle in the darkness, threatened by the winds of despair. But even the smallest flame can illuminate the path, can guide us through the night. He clung to hope, even when reason suggested otherwise. He believed in the power of art to heal, to inspire, to transform. He believed in the inherent capacity for good within humanity. The lit window, a beacon in the darkness, a symbol of warmth and shelter. It represents the possibility of connection, the promise of companionship, the comfort of home. He longed for that sense of belonging, that feeling of acceptance. He painted it again and again, a yearning made visible. An old memory, a faded photograph, a half-remembered song. These are the fragments of our past, the pieces that make up who we are. They shape our present, influence our future. He embraced his past with all its pain and sorrow, recognizing it as an integral part of his journey. The breath of creation, a constant flow of energy, a force that shapes and molds, that destroys and rebuilds. It flows through us, connects us to everything that exists. He felt it deeply, intensely, channeling it into his art. The fields of the soul, vast and untamed, filled with both beauty and darkness. They are the landscapes of our inner world, the places where we wrestle with our demons, where we seek solace and understanding. Walking through those fields alongside Van Gogh, we find a kindred spirit, a fellow traveler on the path of life. We see our own reflections in his art, our own struggles, our own hopes, our own dreams. A feeling of serenity, luminous melancholy, a quiet contemplation of existence. The painting comes to rest. The thought concludes, leaving in its wake a sense of peace, a whisper of hope. The silence deepens, a blanket woven from starlight and shadow. The wind whispers secrets through the wheat fields, carrying the scent of earth and rain. It speaks of resilience, of life persisting even in the face of hardship. The starry sky, a swirling canvas of infinite possibilities, a reminder of our place in the cosmos. He found solace in its vastness, a sense of perspective that dwarfed his own suffering. He saw in those distant stars the promise of something beyond, something eternal. Color and silence intertwine, a dance of opposites. The vibrant hues of his palette give voice to the unspoken, while the quiet moments between brushstrokes allow the soul to breathe. He understood that true beauty lies not only in the vividness of life, but also in the stillness that allows us to appreciate it. Presence and absence, two sides of the same coin. He was present in his art, pouring his heart and soul onto the canvas. Yet, he was often absent from the world, lost in his own thoughts, his own struggles. He yearned for connection, for understanding, but found himself perpetually on the periphery, an observer rather than a participant. He painted the cypress trees, reaching towards the heavens like flames, symbols of both death and rebirth. He saw in their dark silhouettes a reflection of his own mortality, but also a testament to the enduring power of life. They stood tall and proud, despite the storms that raged around them, a reminder that even in the darkest of times, we can find the strength to persevere. He sought beauty in the ordinary, the everyday, a simple chair, a worn table, a bowl of fruit. He saw the inherent dignity in these objects, the stories they held, the lives they had touched. He elevated them to art, transforming the mundane into the sublime. He taught us to see the world with new eyes, to appreciate the beauty that surrounds us, even in the simplest of things. He painted the sunflowers, turning their faces towards the sun, a symbol of hope and optimism. He saw in their vibrant yellow a reflection of his own yearning for light, his own desire to find joy in the world. They stood tall and proud, a testament to the power of life, a reminder that even in the darkest of times, the sun will always rise again. The human soul, a vast and complex landscape, filled with both light and shadow. He explored its depths with unwavering honesty, unafraid to confront the darkness within himself. He painted his own struggles, his own fears, his own hopes, offering us a glimpse into the universal human experience. Pain, a constant companion, a shadow that followed him wherever he went. He didn't shy away from it, didn't try to hide it. He embraced it, transformed it into art. He showed us that pain can be a source of creativity, a catalyst for growth. Loneliness, a deep and pervasive feeling, a sense of isolation that haunted his every step. He longed for connection, for understanding, but found himself perpetually on the outside looking in. He poured his loneliness onto the canvas, creating images of haunting beauty, capturing the essence of the human condition. Hope, a flickering flame, a fragile butterfly, a whisper in the wind. He clung to it, even when it seemed impossible to do so. He believed in the power of art, the ability to transform pain into something beautiful, something meaningful. He believed in the inherent goodness of humanity, even when faced with its darkest shadows. Faith, a guiding light, a beacon in the darkness. He found it in nature, in art, in the faces of the poor. He believed in something greater than himself, something that transcended the limitations of the physical world. He painted his faith, his hope, his love, sharing his vision with the world. The search for meaning, a lifelong quest, a journey without end. He sought it in art, in nature, in the human soul. He understood that meaning is not something to be found, but something to be created. He created his own meaning through his art, leaving behind a legacy of beauty and inspiration that continues to resonate today. The air grows still, the colors fade, the whispers subside. Only a profound sense of peace remains, a quiet understanding that even in the midst of suffering, there is beauty to be found. There is hope to be embraced. There is light to be discovered. The fields of the soul are now silent, bathed in the soft glow of twilight. The journey is complete. And in the silence, we hear the echo of his voice, the breath of his creation, a reminder that we are all connected, that we are all part of something larger than ourselves, that we are all capable of creating beauty in the world. The painting is finished.